The Anatomy of Trust. An exploration of connection, safety, and the courage to rely on others. By Peak Afflatus, self-reliance has long been a kind of fortress. Controlling my small world gave me coherence. Independence became a safety blanket from the fires of other people's lives. Ask for nothing, expect nothing, and disappointment must find another way to reach you. My analytical mind has always reasoned that everyone is breakable by definition of their humanity, and no amount of willing trust can silence that sense of unreliability, not in others, not in myself. How could I trust myself knowing my mind could catch fire with confusion and avoidance, or flare in the presence of injustice? I was at the mercy of autistic neurology if my own wiring could fail me. How could I trust the world beyond it, especially knowing how easily I can test other people's limits? I defaulted to the idea of trust as part of mimicking normality, yet I was always ready for it to dissolve. We can never know another person's mind or intent. My own mind clings to uncertainty. My feet sink slowly into the wet sand at the water's edge the longer I stay. Trust requires permission to be fallible, disappointed, imperfect. A hyper-vigilant perfectionist keeps collecting data and waits for the moment the scales tip. For me, trust is an audit of patterns and deviations, constructed, verified, rarely intuitive. I have spent years overriding every reason that presents as untrustworthy in an attempt to turn my instinctive doubt on its head. If our shared humanness is what breaks trust, perhaps it can also be what rebuilds it. Perhaps the baseline can begin at belief rather than suspicion. Trust must still grow through consistency and time. It cannot be given or taken, only shared. Like a conversation that opens a door to understanding, I have to let it through without retreat. The people who have reached me never asked for trust. They allowed it to arrive. Wild animals override automated distrust remarkably quickly. That is how I can pat a wild rabbit or have a pheasant hen run to me for a snack. Their trust is uncomplicated, built on presence, repetition, and the occasional bribe. There is no performance, no audit, no defense. It is earned gently through time. We can all turn into sneering vampires when someone pulls the curtain back on our inner crypts, but maybe that is when real trust reveals itself, when we are at our worst and can still rely on repair after rupture. Trust, I am learning, is not a contract of reliability, but an agreement to remain fallibly human together. The courage lies not in giving it, but in allowing what is fragile to stay open once it has been seen. Perhaps civilization itself runs on that same fragile contract, the silent trust that others will not collapse into chaos before we do. The hardest form of trust is self-trust. After a breakdown, you see that your own mind can betray the character you thought you had. Control slips away, and all you can do is wait for its return. Paradoxically, that humility softens you toward others. If you can lose faith in yourself and still rebuild, others deserve the same allowance. You have been listening to Peak Afflatus.